and join me in the pledge of allegiance. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, and let the record show that Mr. Policaro and Mr. Bravo are absent. Also, I'd like to inform you that we're recording tonight's, as we always do, recording tonight's session, recording primarily to verify the minutes. And I see we have someone else recording this evening as well. I'd like to have a motion for approval of the minutes of the agenda meeting of April the 11th, the regular meeting April 11th, and the deletion of the recorded minutes of the last meeting.
So moved.
Second.
Have a move in a second. Is there any question on the motion? If not, those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
It is done. Okay, is there any public comment or visitors this evening? Anybody want to say anything?
I do.
Okay, if you please state your name and your address and
I am John Young from J. Young Refuse, and I'm here to clarify some of the recycling issues.
that's wonderful. We just had
discussion
some questions about that.
I guess the glass is the biggest thing brought up.
Yes, sir.
There's rules and regulations that we obey by. That's not from us. That's from the plant we dump at, which is the plant that everybody dumps at. And I know that when we did the meeting in October, I think, when we did the bid, Frank was there, Rebecca was there, guy from Valley, and me, when they opened up the bids. He said before the meeting, we will no longer take glass as of the first of the year. He was stating it ahead of time. We didn't know what was going on yet. So it's not only us, it's Beaver County, excuse me, Brady's Run down there, they don't take glass no more. I guess Waste Management up there don't take glass at their plant. Brenner's don't take glass at his plant. There's nobody that takes glass, period.
So we just reviewed the recycling bid that was, submitted to you. And it says in there that you accept, brown, green, and clear glass.
Yes,
It's a 2-year agreement.
yes.
You charge the fee to collect that glass.
And it's a recycling program you have in state here? Is it a program you got? Is it a recycling program? So whatever recycling program's in play, whatever they put out, we pick up, right?
You don't pick up glass now, correct?
I don't. That's not because of me. I didn't do that.
Did you submit the bid?
I submitted a bid to pick up your recycling.
Okay.
Do I pick your recycling up?
Or what, the recycling bid included glass.
It
Our
does.
residents no longer have the ability to
Yes.
place glass in their recycling
That's
bin.
not my fault.
Okay.
I
don't
can't
have
tell
a contract
yeah,
with anybody
I can't
else.
tell
I have
the
a
state.
contract with you.
Yeah, I can't tell the state what to do. Put it that way.
Okay. I mean, we asked our solicitor follow through, with your company
Yeah.
to get an explanation. I'm glad you're
Yeah,
here.
yeah,
to
no,
explain.
I wanted to make sure that they knew what was going on. The glass is not only coming down from us, it came from the plant, it came from the state, Beaver County's not taking it. That's their program put in play now, so we gotta obey by the rules. It's like going to the landfill. Can't take refrigerators there, can't take tires. Hazardous material, stuff like that, it's rules they have there. They got a rule up there now, no glass, so we gotta obey by that. We pick up the recycling, what they tell us to recycle, we let you guys know to recycle.
Okay. Again, my position is we'll discuss it further with our solicitor.
Yeah.
And I appreciate your time.
No problem.
You have any questions?
We have many questions.
Go ahead.
We'll go one step at a time.
Go ahead.
We'll follow with our solicitor's recommendation.
Yeah, follow up. Like I said, that's coming down. You have a recycling program in play. And so in other words, if they get rid of plastic, that's not my fault. That's just the way the rules and regulations go for recycling. I can't help that.
Could it possibly be an adjustment though in the bill? Because if we're no longer taking a glass, then what percentage of our recycling has been glass? Could we get a comprehensive adjustment in our bill?
How do you figure that out? Go from, that I couldn't tell you.
So a second piece of that is we get grant dollars based
Yes.
on the amount of tonnage
Yes.
of which we recycle.
Yep.
One of the heaviest things that we recycle is glass. So now
Everybody
that you're
does.
no longer picking up glass, that is going to impact our ability to receive grant dollars here in Patterson Township because glass is not being picked up.
Same as 2 or 3 other recycling places that we do.
I don't have agreements with 2 or 3 other recycle.
No, I'm just saying, two or three other boroughs that we have agreements with them have never brought it up. You know, they know the situation that goes on. You know, that's just, you know, they have recycling programs in play. That's what they're doing. They know that that impacted their grant money. I have never heard nothing from them. You know, I don't know, I can't regulate what the states do for recycling.
We need more of an explanation from the state than to see what their new guidelines are gonna be.
Yeah, I mean, I can't do that. I don't have any explanation from them at all. I mean, somebody told me, and this is hearsay, that the recycling programs are gonna disappear within the next couple of years. Will they? I don't know.
Okay.
Thank you for being here.
Oh, no problem, no problem.
It's all bad news.
Well, a lot of people didn't want to hear it, but I mean, I just gotta obey by the rules they tell me. You know, when they send us over paper from the plant that we go to, they don't want glass, I can't bring it in there. They told us the glass is contaminating the whole load. So in other words, you take the load to the landfill, don't bring it to us. You know, so I said, you know, we gotta get rid of the glass.
I came here last meeting and presented a piece of, a picture that I took of my trash can.
Yes,
I was told that if it had any plastic bags or styrofoam, that you personally were going around and rejected it. I wound up with a trash can full of stuff. I took a picture of it showing there was no plastic bags in there, no styrofoam, and yet it was left there. I don't understand why that would happen.
I can't answer that question. I'm not on the truck. You know,
I was told you were on the truck that day. It was right after this announcement went.
when this all started with them, I was not even on the truck.
I didn't appreciate it.
Well, I'm sorry.
And
that
I
they
don't
did that.
understand why we should have to pay for, in the original agreement, it says you're gonna pick up glass. Glass is heavy. Now I have to take the glass elsewhere. That was a significant amount of what we're throwing out. I thought the whole idea was to be climate conscious and environmentally conscious. And now I'm told that it's gonna fold, the whole thing's gonna fold.
That went out the window years ago. It's a money-making business now. Recycling's a money-making business for these companies.
Well,
They can't make no money off of it, they don't want to
I'm
recycle.
happy for you then.
Well, no, not me, I don't make no money off of it.
Well, you're making it for the glass that we're not throwing out.
I'm not doing nothing with the glass.
You're making as if glass was being thrown out.
No, we're taking the recycling and picking it up for your guys' community and taking it to the plant, and you know what they're charging? They're charging $70 a ton to get rid of it.
What percentage was glass prior to this infamy?
I'd have to go through the weight slips and look.
Yeah. I think that should be.
Could you do that for
I'll
us?
check into it.
that
I
should
mean,
be taken off
it's not gonna be
what we're paying.
it's not gonna be a huge amount.
We do have a history, though.
Yeah.
Be nice to take a look at that history and see where we are. Those facts would be very useful.
Yeah, I can come up with the weight slips.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I don't know that they separate, glass from tin from paper.
It goes through a machine up there, and the reason why they don't want plastic bags either, and we throw them in over here. This guy, not saying you, but he might throw a bag of recycling out. My guys will throw it in the truck. They don't even want that. They don't want it put in bags. The bags get clogged in. They got a machine up there that rotates the recycling up the belt. What them bags do is just get in there and clog that all up.
I'm not talking about trash bags. I'm talking about giant eagle bags.
Garbage.
I'm just, when you check out in the checkout line, you want paper or plastic, and you take the plastic bag. You're not going to take that plastic bag.
I'm not big. You were a doctor, I heard.
Yeah.
So did they have rules and regulations where you were at?
Certainly.
Okay, same as I have, rules and regulations.
All right, then we have to adjust.
I mean, he works
what
at
we're
he works at
doing.
a job too. He's not gonna go in and tell them guys, hey, I'm just gonna break every rule today. He has rules and regulations.
If we get those numbers. we'll take
Yeah,
a
let's
look.
get the number. I mean, this wouldn't have happened if you had taken what was there, because I was scrupulous. Because I heard the rules and regulations, there was no glass in it, no styrofoam in it, no giant eagle bags, nothing. And it was left there, like, oh, we're not gonna take it from you. And a whole bunch of other ones, that particular week, there were cans lined up that were refused. If that hadn't happened, I wouldn't have come here. I would have said, okay, fine, they're doing what they're doing. But I was good about it, and I was punished for it. That's my point.
We move on, Mr. President?
Yeah, anyone else, is there anyone else who wants to speak?
Yeah,
Give your name and address, please.
my name's Kurt Schroeds. I live at 76 St. Andrews Drive. I want to see if there is anything in the works of getting a place where we could dump, speaking of waste, yard waste, such as grass clippings, limbs of the sort.
Can you spell your last name?
It's Shroads. I understand the Heights have a place that I'm considered a township resident, therefore I can't go over in the Heights. That was several years ago, they put that in place. And I want to see if anything's in the works here.
We pick up brush and whatnot the Wednesday after recycling during the summer, but we don't pick up grass clippings, so you have to have a special permit to be able to do that. We were talking to Mr. Capola tonight about seeing what we can find out about that, and if we might be able to put a system in, but it's rather complicated, and you have to have a state permit, and there's a lot of issues that are involved with it, and we're going to try and see what we can find out.
I appreciate it. But like I said, the Heights put theirs in effect. I mean, they've had a site, but they recently changed everything and made sure it was on residents, they have passes. That was like 2 years ago.
The Heights have something?
Is that what they put in the bags and take out to,
Well, no, this is down at the old swimming pool down that area.
oh, they actually dump it there? Oh, okay, I had no,
In Patterson Heights?
Yeah.
Patterson Heights has bags now.
But-
You bag it and then they go around picking up the bag, but they're only 4 blocks by 4 blocks.
Yeah, but still, they have to
You
have
put
a
yard
permit
waste in
to deal with it. That's why I'm wondering how they're dealing with it.
Yeah, you buy the bags at Home Depot,
you said
brown paper bags.
they actually take it down there and dump it down there and leave it there?
I know that they used to, yeah. Residents used to
I'll
get
check
like a
into it, 'cause
pass.
I don't-
A pass, and you have to prove you live that area. And then they have certain times that you could go down there and
Okay.
verify where you live, and you'd be able to dump your yard waste
I
down.
didn't know, I know they, Brian from over there, he does the same. They put out the bags from Home Depot, the biodegradable bags, and they take them. I see them making trips out there probably 3 times a week, out to the recycling center and off of Tuscarawas Road. Grass, I didn't know. I didn't know nothing about, they dump there, but we did talk about the situation in the other meeting where we're trying to get something rolling.
We're gonna look into it anyway. See what we can find out, what kind of permits you have to have and whatnot, because I know it's highly regulated. We can only have it sit down there for a short period of time and that kind of thing, and then we have to move it. And Chippewa's had a lot of trouble. People dump more than grass. They just dump garbage and everything else into it, and then of course then they won't accept it. And I know Chippewa's had a lot of problems. They had to spend money to put up TV cameras and other,
Right.
you know, it's expensive to do. Very expensive.
All right.
All right. Anyone else? Okay, let's go to the treasurer's report.
The starting balance for the West Banco general account was $548,494.56. Total debits was $488,616.01. Total deposits were $80,390.53. The ending balance as of April 30th was $140,269.08. Beginning balance for the West Banco sewer account was $183,084.72. Total debits $83,012.26. $20.64. Total deposit $62,951.08, leaving the ending balance as of April 30th of $163,015.16. Starting balance for the general Pliget account was $153,653.30. Ending balance as of April 30th was $554,093.37, excuse me. Starting balance for the sewer Pliget account was $43,663.89. Ending balance was $43,753.84. The Pliget capital account starting balance was $65,081.36. Ending balance was $65,215.96. The Pliget liquid fuels fund starting balance was $272,695.65. Ending balance was $273,237.21. Starting balance for the Pliget fire truck fund was $138,471.07. Ending balance is $138,756.46. Sewer maintenance Pliget account starting balance was $230,850.94. Ending balance was $231,328.97. The Pliget Community Day Fund starting balance was $118.59. Ending balance was $118.81.
Okay, I need a motion to approve the treasurer's report.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Properly moved and seconded. Those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? It's done.
Move to pay monthly bills as presented.
The second.
Second.
Those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. Okay, thank you. Engineers report.
Okay, going to monthly report. First item under the MS4 program. We did have a meeting with the Township Secretary today to talk about the MS4 program. Expecting that DEP will do the audit at some point this year. You're one of the few communities they have not done in Western Pennsylvania. The commissioner training will likely be in June, the public training. So that, look forward to that next month. Yeah. Item 2, the 2019 road program. So we did send the contract documents to the contractor. This contract was bid as a liquid fuels contract. If you remember, it came in well under budget. The awarded contract amount was $229,540. One thing I wanted to throw out there to discuss with the commissioners was it'd be contingent on PennDOT approval, but if you'd like, we could approach PennDOT about extending the paving to get closer to the budget of $260,000, get an additional 400 feet done. On St. Andrews, when you go across Fairway on that back section, across that intersection, there's some bad spots there that we could pick up as part of this year's road program if the commissioners so choose. If PennDOT, and again, this being a liquid fuels contract, it's subject to PennDOT approval if you would want to do that. I did have a preliminary discussion with them, but I haven't gotten a formal, before I discussed with the commissioners, get the formal approval with that. So if there's any questions or if you'd like to move forward with that, I can discuss that with PennDOT.
Is that additional $31,000 for 400 feet? Does that represent the price per foot?
Yes,
for the
that's
bid
based
that
on
was proposed?
Yeah, the bid was unit cost, so tonnage of binder, tonnage of base repair, square yardage for the wearing course. It's based on those costs. Yes, the per unit cost.
So the likelihood of approval from PennDOT would be?
I highly likely, but stranger things have happened, so anything would be contingent on their approval.
Mr. Inman, do you have a comment?
Well, I think it would be who us to try and do that extra 400 feet if we could, being the price came in so reasonable. It came in a lot less than what I was anticipating, and
Would a motion be appropriate at this time?
Yes.
Move to approve.
Have a second?
I'll second the motion. Under discussion, I mean, how will that impact the road program for next year? What you have, what's your next project? I think you had a 5-year plan put together.
Okay, what we've been working on, in fact, I think Larry was probably going to talk about this, but what we've been working on is to try and get a grant next year and finish Country Club Estates and also do Fox Avenue and the Stroop Plan, and that way we'd have those two areas done. There's no guarantee anything like that will work. I talked to Jim Marshall about it, and he did get a similar grant for Midland, and they're doing that this year. So what it entails is LSEE writing all of the grant up and everything, turning it in, and once it's ready to go, then I would go to see Mr. Marshall and have him write a letter of recommendation, or a letter, indicating that would be something that he'd like to see happen. Also thought I would go see our Senator Vogel and see if he would also do the same thing, and see if maybe we could finish those two projects, because those are two that have been hanging. I think it's been unfair to the people that are down there, because we never repaved the roads after the sewer project was done. How many years ago was that? 20 years or something like that? It's been a long time. And plus, I think it'd be an advantage to the township taxpayers if we could get that kind of money from them. Whether we will or not, I don't know. But what this would do would be increase it to $270,000. I'd take $100,000 out of the township funds and $170,000 out of the liquid fuels, and then that would leave me approximately $100,000 to use next year if this doesn't work out. And plus, I need some money. What I'd like to do, I was talking to Larry about that as well. What I'd like to do is every year when we buy the truck, or not every year, every 4 years when we buy the truck, what we do is we borrow the money, and then we pay for it with liquid fuels. And what I'm hoping to do in this instance is when we buy the truck, take the state grant that we've received, which is for most of the truck, and then take the other money that I need to pay the truck, buy the truck outright with liquid fuels that I have left. And then we would have 4 years where we would not have payments out of liquid fuels going to the loan. And that money would be available for the road program. And I think it's an excellent way of trying to save the interest and everything else. In other words, to make the whole thing much cheaper. So it's a little complicated, but hopefully I've answered your question. What we're trying to do is just do it as economically as possible and get as many grants as we can. But who knows what the state will do. So I'm trying to save some then for next year as well, so that we have additional funds.
In terms of footage, if you did this additional 400 feet, it would leave 2,100 feet on St. Andrews to be completed and 400 feet on Fairway to be completed, and that development would be complete.
They may not even approve it, who knows, but it'd be nice if they would.
I suspect they will, because it's a continuation. If it was, well, let's go to another part of Township, and they would not. I don't think they approve that. But just to go through the intersection, go another 400 feet, I think they'll approve that. But again, stranger things have happened.
So just again, further question, this bid came in lower than anticipated. We're talking about spending the $31,000 that we expected to expend in 2019 for the road program.
Yeah.
So it should not have an impact on 2020's
That's
road
right.
program.
Yeah, we were really surprised at how it came in.
Yes. Because I'm concerned, you talk about grants, Midland receiving a grant, I worry about the demographics, the income structure of Midland versus Patterson Township, especially when you're submitting grant for St. Andrews. I don't know if financial...
But the one that he suggested we do is not.
Okay.
It's basically, from what I've been told, he didn't say it in this way, and maybe I shouldn't say it, but I've been told that it's political. So I figured I'd go for it. And the worst that can happen is we don't get it, and, you know what I mean? And then we'll just have to, we'll have time, because we'll know, it goes out, what, December?
Yeah.
So we'll know in December, so we'll, you know, we'll be able to structure what we want to do in 2020. You know, we'll have a couple of months to make up that, to make that up.
Okay.
Any other discussion? Okay, those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? It is done.
Okay, so we'll go ahead and schedule the pre-construction meeting with the contractor, and we'll get that formal approval from PennDOT also on that. Third item, the multimodal grant. That was the grant we were just talking about. That's with the Commonwealth Financing Authority. So we put together a cost for the remaining portions of St. Andrews, Fairway, and also another road that's been discussed here is Fox Road. To complete all those roads, it's a $500,000 project with a 30% local match requirement with that grant. The grant application is due in July, so next month I'll get with the solicitor. There's a resolution we'll have to do in June to submit the grant. But if the commissioners so choose, we can proceed with getting the resolution prepared and preparing the application.
It's certainly worth a try.
If there's any questions, that's my report.
Okay. Solicitor's report, Mr. Fawcett.
Nothing to report this month.
Okay, thank you. Fire, Mr. Truder.
Yes, Mr. Chairman. At this time, I would like to submit for membership a junior firefighter by the name of Darius Badgett, B-A-D-G-E-T-T. He's 16 years of age. He has submitted his application to the fire department. He's also submitted his work permit and has passed all background checks required by the volunteer fire department. I put that in form of a motion to accept.
You have a second?
Second.
Okay, any discussion? Those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? It is done.
On behalf of the Patterson Township Volunteer Fire Company, I want to extend a thank you on behalf of the leadership of the department for the participation for the fish fry. Residents really participated. It was a great fundraiser for the department, so thank you to each and every one of you in the community. This Saturday, they do have a raffle. Not a raffle, it's a, what is it, Tyler? A sale?
Rummage sale.
A rummage sale. So I think it went out in your sewer bill. Anybody that's willing to donate anything for the rummage sale, the firemen will accept it. They will try to sell it on Saturday, again, as a fundraiser, and what's left over they will dispose of properly. So thank you guys for your efforts there. That concludes my report, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Hospital.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chairman. I do have a couple of reports for you. One regarding I'm a member of the representative from Patterson Township to the Beaver County CAW, which is the Council of Governments. We've been actively pursuing a grant from the Hillman Foundation to do something for the county that's going to benefit the entire county. And so we chose to work on the rivers. The way the CAW group sees the rivers is that the rivers are arteries to which the blood of Beaver County flows. When you think about it, that's where most of the population is, that's where the recreation occurs, that's where the industry occurs, along the rivers. And so in an attempt to develop a stewardship among our population so that the people will accept the responsibility of maintaining a quality of water and a quality of lifestyle around the rivers, we've adopted, we drew up a grant and submitted it to the Hillman Foundation in Pittsburgh, and they responded with $166,000. So you're going to be hearing more and more about this grant in the newspapers. We have many programs throughout the county coming up very soon. You'll see this in the newspaper articles. This is the cover of it. And what it amounts to, as I said, it has to do with addressing the issues of water, both recreationally as well as as an industrial resource, but most importantly, as a sense of responsibility to each and every one of us to maintain that quality. So there's a program coming up, if you want to know more about it, if you have anything to write on at the moment, but you can always, I'll leave this up here in the office and you can check. The next meeting that we're going to have for the public to attend is what they call a Water Mobility Education Series. It's going to be on Wednesday, May 15th at 7:15 down at the Well in Beaver Falls. So the first phase of this grant involves 3 cities, actually, Beaver Falls, Monaca, and Aliquippa. So that's where the focus and concentration is going to be in this first phase. Once that first phase is cycled through, we're going to tend to approach the Hillman Foundation for more. So we'll see what happens. We've been successful and very proud of it. Also, and another item I have, our Civil Service Committee, they're actively involved now in cycling through the applications. And so we currently are looking for more policemen to apply. That's where we are at this point. That's, Mr. Chairman, that's all I have.
Okay, thank you. Under Public Works, first of all, we have a invoice from the Municipal Authority for a quarterly transfer amount. That would be our Municipal Authority, for $26,976.57. That takes care of the monthly loan payment of almost $9,000, and then the other costs for the Municipal Authority. I need a motion to approve the transfer.
So moved.
Second.
Is there any discussion?
Second.
Hearing none, those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed? It is done. Okay, number 1 under mine was action for the 2019 road program. We're taking care of that under the engineer's report. I want to bring back my 2 summer employees that I had last year that worked for Joe at $9 an hour, and I'd like to have a motion to bring those 2 gentlemen, 2 college students back.
So moved.
Second.
Just for the record, can we get their names in the minutes, please?
Yes.
Yeah.
Michael Savalinsky and Daniel Savalinsky.
Thank
And
you.
I don't know how to spell their last names.
These are the same ones that have been
Yeah,
working.
they're twin. Yeah, they've been here.
This will be their, what, 3rd year one?
This will be their 3rd year, yes.
Yeah, we, just for the record, we usually hire at least 2 college students in the road program. And, that way we can do a lot of other things by having 4 hands instead of 2. Okay, and of course we're working on the summer brush program and trying to change that. We do pick up brush now through the summer on the Wednesday after we have the recycling, but we are looking into grass and see what we can do with grass.
Point of order, Mr. Chairman. You had a motion and a second. Can we vote on the 2 summer students, please?
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't realize we didn't vote on it. Okay, those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? It is done.
Mr. Chairman, I do have an amendment also to my entries. The Civil Service
Okay,
report.
go ahead.
I have 2 individuals who are most willing to serve on the Civil Service Committee. We don't have any need for them right at the moment, but they have expressed an interest and will be willing to serve when that opportunity does arrive. The first name is Randy Eckelberger, Eckelberger, and the second one is Scott Wayman, Weyman. And so when the opportunity presents itself, they'll be willing to serve. That's all I have, Mr. Chairman. Sorry about that.
Okay, thank you. Under ordinance and policies, Mr. Brado has no report. You received the code enforcement report from Mr. Morrow. You received the monthly police report from the chief. So I'd ask for approval of all the committee reports.
So moved.
Second.
Any question on the motion? If not, those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Hearing none, it is done. Do we have any unfinished business? Hearing none, under communications, and where did I see that? Okay, right here. There's an invitation here from the Allegheny County, Western Pennsylvania Association of Township Commissioners to attend the annual county convention Wednesday, May the 22nd, and it's at the Cranberry Heights Golf Course. And I don't know whether anyone wants to attend or not, but if you do, it's $60 a person. Anybody have any questions on that? Okay. Township agencies, I think we've discussed that as well. Is there any new or miscellaneous business? Any reason for an executive session? Okay, I'll entertain a motion for adjournment.
Move to adjourn.
Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, like sign. It is done.
Let's go.